What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Wrestling All Day Podcast. I am your host, Matty Smackdown, and we got some important news to talk about. The WWE Championship has changed hands in Saudi Arabia. Boo. And we have a king of the ring that is not Jey Uso. Thank the Lord above. Thank everything that is holy. Thank everything that could have made that happen. Thank you. Thank you for not letting Jey Uso be the World Heavyweight Champion. I applaud you. I applaud, for once, a decision that WWE has made. Kind of fucking blew it when they made Sami Zayn the World Champion, but I digress. So, it's been a while since I did a pod episode, about a little over a week, and I know I said I was going to try to do these weekly. Um, but shit's been kind of rough for you, boy. I've been going through it with the car problems, and anybody that knows anything about car problems knows that car problems absolutely suck. And that's kind of where we're at right now. But it's cool because I still got a roof on my head, I still got food in my stomach, and I wake up every morning. So got to count for something, right? So let's travel back into Saudi Arabia as much as I don't want to. Um, Oba Femi, Jey Uso, King of the Ring. Why couldn't this have been Javon Evans versus Oba Femi? Why did it have to be Jey Uso versus Oba Femi? Like, you can't tell me that you look at the dynamic of Jey Uso and the dynamic of Javon Evans and say, yeah, we're going to put him in there with Oba. Like, I get they probably don't want Javon Evans to lose, but bro, like, you got to stop being afraid to let people lose. Like, he lost to a guy who beat Brock Lesnar. I think Javon Evans would be okay if he lost to Oba Femi. And you can't tell me that Javon Evans and Oba Femi wouldn't have had an absolute banger of a match, but that's something WWE's afraid of now. WWE's afraid of having good matches because they're all worried about their viral moments. And that's a major problem in the world of professional wrestling today. Everybody wants to be a social media guy. Everybody wants to be famous. Nobody wants to put the work in. That's the problem. Everybody wants to be a social media guy in wrestling now. Everybody wants their clip to go viral. Everybody wants to have that moment, that one featured video that gets millions of views. Like, you know how you can attain that goal? And it's especially good for the independent wrestlers. You know how you guys can obtain that goal? By being good at your fucking job. But again, I digress. So it's all about the viral moments, the social media hits in professional wrestling anymore. And it seems like the direction of professional wrestling has clearly gone away from WWE more than it has ever been. But Oba Femi is the king of the ring. Jey Uso is not, so I can't dog WWE too much for this because all week I don't even watch the product no more. All week I complained because who the fuck wants to see Jey Uso as the king of the ring besides Jey Uso and his family? Like, yeah, all the little goofy ass kids that stand in the crowd and they throw their hands up and they say yee yee. Yeah, they probably do too. But like, fuck cares what those kids want. So so Oba Femi versus Jey Uso. Oba Femi wins. Oba Femi is your king of the ring. Now I'm assuming that's going to grant him a WWE title match or a world title match at SummerSlam, which is probably where we're going to see Brock Lesnar come in and fuck that up. But I'm happy for Oba Femi. That is somebody who I've been a fan of since he was down at NXT. And I'm glad to see that they haven't fucked him up yet on the main roster. Yet. Yet. And so good on him. Good on Oba Femi for being the king of the ring, the 2026 king of the ring, and then I think Io Sky won it for the women. I don't care. I can care less about couldn't care less about that. But then we go on to the triple threat match: Cody, Gunther, Sami Zayn. Shit from an ass, poop from a butt. Is really what that was. There's no real good outcome of that match. Cody wins and retains. Great. Gunther wins and has another year-long title reign. Great. Sami Zayn wins and now we're fucked. Like, I thought we were in the mud when Jey Uso won the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther. Sami Zayn, Sami fucking Zayn is a WWE champion. This is Jinder Mahal all over again. Somehow worse than Jinder Mahal. And this is coming from somebody who used to be a big fan of Sami Zayn. But as of late, could do without him. Ever since he left the bloodline, could do without him. Also, there's other reasons why I'm not a big fan of Sami Zayn that I'm not going to get into. You guys can piece that together in your own head. But let's go back again into Saudi Arabia, the country where 10 years ago they would have killed Sami Zayn for coming into the country. But now we're supposed to celebrate because they embrace him now. They love him now. Fuck you. So, as WWE, TKO, and the UFC continue to sell out to Saudi Arabia, Sami Zayn finally gets his big championship moment, and it doesn't feel like it should feel. It should be a good thing, right? Sami Zayn has been in WWE for what? Jesus Christ, what? 12, 13 years? He started in what? 2012, 2013? So he's been there. Yeah, he's been there like 13, 14 years. So this should be like, you finally worked your ass off. You finally get the championship. But bro, like, no, come on. Sami Zayn has been this underdog character since 2012. Like my brother in Christ, I'm over it. I'm over it. I've been over Sami Zayn. I've been over the WWE, and now Sami Zayn being the WWE champion only just fuels my hatred for the WWE that much more. And it's not like the alternative is any better because there's nothing going on in AEW that I can give a single solitary fuck about right now. And that's the same thing with WWE. And like I said, I've said this before. Every single time I find myself tuning in to either or to say, hey, it's been a while. Let me see what's going on. The minute I tune in, I'm like, oh yeah, this is why. This shit sucks. This shit sucks. And then I immediately turn it off. I can't tell you who has what titles, who's feuding with who, besides the two titles and shit that I just mentioned. Like, I can't tell you anything about WWE other than what I just mentioned. And I didn't even watch the whole show. I watched the highlights. I watched the highlights of the show. And I skipped everything I didn't want to see, which was literally everything besides the King of the Ring finals and the WWE title match. That was it. So, I mean, you got to go back and think, you know, I'm old school. I come from an era of guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, The Rock, Batista, John Cena, all these larger than life guys, Shawn Michaels, all these larger than life talents. And now we got to sit with fucking Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. What? How far has the WWE regressed? And I get every, let's see, what's the word here? Every era has to have their guy, right? Like the Golden Age had Hulk Hogan. The Attitude Era had Stone Cold. The Ruthless Aggression Era had John Cena. The Ruthless Depression Era has Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn. Like the bar for being a star is very, very low. When your world heavyweight champion is more popular than the WWE champion, when your world heavyweight champion, the secondary title in WWE, feels bigger than the WWE title because the person holding the WWE title is a vanilla midget from the indies, there's a problem. And again, there's nothing wrong with guys on the indie scene because I love independent wrestling. I go watch independent wrestling all the time. But if some of the guys that I got to see ever became WWE champion, I'd probably kill myself. Not all of them, because there's a lot of good ones out there. But there's a select few that if they ever became WWE champion, I might live stream my suicide. And you can put money on that shit, dog, for real. The contributing factor here into what's going to get me back into WWE is what they do in the next 30 days with Sami Zayn as WWE Champion. Because remember, mind you, just a month ago, this man was having a fucking funeral with a gingerbread man. This man was in a feud with Trick Williams, and the biggest talk of that feud was a fucking gingerbread man. And Lil Yachty. I don't know who the fuck Lil Yachty is. That was the biggest talk of Sami Zayn and Trick Williams' feud. The fucking gingerbread man. And now we fast forward to June of 2026. And in the heart of Saudi Arabia, if those little motherfuckers ever had a heart, Sami Zayn, who again, let me add, 10 years ago would have been shot on sight, is now a WWE champion in Saudi Arabia. The ass backwards nation of Saudi Arabia. The nation that we sold out to for profit is where Sami Zayn wins the WWE title. And I don't know. Dude, WWE's got to do something. When I said it a million times in the last year, when I said WWE needs to change something and WWE needs to do something different, this is not what I had in mind. That is not what I had in mind. 100% not what I had in mind. Making Sami Zayn WWE champion is going to fucking further push me away. But I'm one person. I'm sure there's thousands of people out there that were happy that Sami Zayn won the title. You know? I'm sure there was a lot of people who are just like me right now who don't give a fuck and are pissed that Sami Zayn won the title because just when you think WWE can't get any worse, they slap you in the fucking face. And here we are. Here we are. June 28th on the 17-year anniversary of me going to my first ever WWE show. Shouts out my cousin Jason. Love you, dog. On the 17th anniversary of me going to my first ever WWE show, I got to sit here and tell you guys how much I despise what the WWE has become. Like I said, when you go back and you look at the list of WWE champions, there's a couple that you got to scratch your head. You know, Jinder Mahal, Sami Zayn, definitely. But like, you go back and look at that list: Triple H, The Undertaker, Kane, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Stone Cold, The Rock, Mankind, all of these badass, awesomely talented guys. And then now we get Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. Fuck me in the fucking ass, WWE. For real. Like, 1 second, folks. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, the WWE right now isn't a WWE that I know. It's not a WWE that I love. Um, and who knows? You know, we're getting into the summer. Maybe they'll kick it up because, you know, we got SummerSlam on the corner. And SummerSlam last year was great. I love SummerSlam last year. Hell, I even liked Cody Rhodes and John Cena's match. I wish John Cena would have won. I want to see John Cena retire as champion. But Cody Rhodes and John Cena's match last year was great. Brock Lesnar coming out, whooping John Cena's ass. Great. SummerSlam last year was awesome. So hopefully this year, now that we're getting closer and closer and closer to SummerSlam and they got the Saudi dick out their butt, maybe we can move on and do something cool for SummerSlam. So I can watch SummerSlam and then go back to not watching until the Royal Rumble and then go back to not watching until WrestleMania and go back to not watching until next year's SummerSlam. It's a vicious cycle. It's a very vicious cycle. Being anything remotely involved with being a WWE fan is a very vicious cycle. Um, so good on WWE for not making Jey Uso's stupid ass the king of the ring, because that ship sailed and hit a fucking iceberg and sunk faster than the Titanic. Shame on WWE for making Sami Zayn the WWE champion. Fuck that. Fuck that. And fuck that. So If you wonder why these episodes are going to start getting maybe not as frequent as they were, because wrestling sucks. WWE sucks, AEW sucks. There's nothing in between right now that I enjoy other than the one or two times I get to go to an indie event every couple months because right now I don't have a fucking car. But shit happens. Vince McMahon said it best. Life sucks and then you die. But, you know, here we are. We will persevere in the future, and hopefully WWE perseveres in the future because God, it has been awful. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're a fan of Sami Zayn winning WWE Championship, let me know why. If you think I'm wrong, let me know why. If you agree with me, let me know why. I want to hear what you have to say on the matter. Drop your comments down below and share this on social media using the hashtag Matty Smackdown. And with that in mind, you can follow me on all of my social medias at Matty Smackdown. And so, for the time being, I am Matty Smackdown. This has been the Wrestling All Day Podcast, and I will see you guys for the next one. And hopefully, Sami Zayn isn't WWE Champion when we get there. Peace!